Everybody loves winter until you own livestock. Hey, hey. Well, now I feel weird that you're laying here. I can't do my normal intro. Say good morning, everybody. Mike, Kelman Point Farm. I also have Joan Bone Bone and my darling wife, Melissa. Guess what we're doing? Trying to birth goats. This is Broken Horn. She's older. She's a proven mom. She's very pregnant and she's starting labor today. Joni, turn off my phone. What I've noticed is probably the past week her back legs haven't been working too well. At first I thought it was the meningeal worm, which we talked about before. But I think it's just the pressure on her nerves with the babies in there. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. If the babies survive, then it's gonna be bottle babies in the house if she can't move. So just because she won't be able to feed her. We've been in the tens and negatives at night, and so far, not so good. We've had one abortion with 2 goats. Another one gave birth to 2, and they were too tiny. We tried to save one, and that one passed. So we're hoping today that since we got on this so early and we're here with her, that we have a better chance of survival. So we'll see what happens. We also had another mom pass. She just didn't have the energy. She stopped eating and drinking. I did what I could to make her eat and drink, and it just wasn't enough. So she passed away during labor. Yeah, it's one of them things. $2:30. Her contractions are getting a little stronger, so that's a good indication of movement. She is older, and her back legs aren't working, so I keep trying to move her a little bit, but 24 hours later. Mom is still alive. Doesn't mean she's out of the woodwork yet. She was having problems with her back legs, so she can't get up on them, and I think it's just like a nerve thing with the kids. I went to bed thinking she wasn't going to make it through the night. We gave her a bunch of injections yesterday. One of which is like a Pitocin for goats. And if you don't know what Pitocin is, it's a drug they give humans to start the birthing process. I can't think of the names. It's an oxy something. I can't think of it right now. Sorry, but so I gave her an injection of that yesterday. Waited a few hours, and they gave her some antibiotics. And then when they're not doing anything, and you see the moms that are like really tired. She's an older goat. It's my fault that I bred her. Knowing she was older, I just thought she'd be a proven mom. I think she was a little too old. But I gave her epinephrine midday yesterday, and what that does is when the mom's real tired, it's just like epi that you give somebody that has like anaphylactic shock, and that shocks their body and gives them that little extra energy and adrenaline to push out the kids. Then last night I gave her another dose of the Pitocin. With as long as the birth was yesterday, and with all the insides coming out from all the birthing stuff, I wanted her to pass. We kind of gave up on the kids because I figured they'd be stillborn. and we just wanted to save the mom's life. So that's why I made the decision to do that. And then it was a hard time falling asleep last night. Coming out here this morning, I didn't know what to expect. But she is alive. She passed one fetus. That fetus did not make it, which I kind of figured. It was kind of halfway out this morning, and I had to finish pulling it out for her. But she looked a little bit relieved. So I would imagine there's a second one in there, because typically when goats birth, there's always two. So today we're going to have to give her another round of shots just to pass the second one. Not only does she have to pass the second one, she has to pass her placenta and all the afterbirth and everything. So she's going to be on a regimen of oxytocin. That's oxytocin. I'm going to give her some oxytocin after she's done eating and drinking, so she could pass the second one, and then more antibiotics, because, you know, it's not the cleanest of facilities. So it's going to be another long day of that. Yeah, winter's tough. So we're going to keep that and monitor the other goats. Yesterday was in the 50s. Today's going to be in the 50s. It's raining today, but we're going to see if anybody else starts getting ready to birth. And if that's the case, hopefully we have some more healthy births. Right now we're not doing so well. So we had 4. The first one, she had an abortion. Those goats were tiny. We found them. They were frozen. The next batch, the second goat, she birthed 2. One was dead on the floor, and the other one was still alive. We took it inside, tried to revive it on Monday, which was Valentine's Day. She ultimately passed because she just couldn't get warm enough. So we tried to give her colostrum and warm her up, and it wasn't working, so she passed. Another goat started her birthing process, and ultimately she passed away in the birthing process. She stopped eating and drinking like 2 days prior, so she didn't have the energy to do so. So we're down 1 mom, 7 kids so far, probably the 8th one on the way. So we're starting this year, kidding season, on a real low. Try not to let it affect me, but, you know, it's one of them things, like, ultimately I'm responsible. So I take that kind of heavy. It is what it is, but, and that's farming. If you have livestock, you have dead stock, but, you know, all the effort and hard work and money that you put into keeping them alive throughout the year, you know, for an event like this, and not to have it pay off kind of sucks. So it's something I got to deal with, and I got to learn how to deal with, is the negative effects. So yeah, fun stuff. Anyway, so today we're just going to monitor everybody that we have in here, see how everything's going, and then hopefully if we have a break in the rain, go out and start splitting some more wood, because we're running low on wood. That's a mind effect too. So it's just been so cold. Oh, a goat just fell. You all right? Yeah, I think they're really starting to get their stuff in gear to start kidding. So part of my morning checks, I come down here, I'll sit with them for a while. And one of the older farmers told me is, you know, when you're kidding, really watch after you feed them, because all the feeding and the motion, the activity of everybody eating, like, that starts to get them in gear. So I just threw down some hay for everybody. And what I'm doing, I'm feeding them a little shy. You know, when it's real cold out, I'll feed them a lot, and usually twice a day. I'll still feed them twice a day, but not as much. So, A, for the moms, because they could end up with toxiosis or something. You know, they eat too much, and, you know, they're not getting the nutrients, so I don't want to overfill them. But they need something in their system. So, we're really trying hard to monitor all that. But at the same time, we have the cows down here, and you want the cows to eat. Old Doc over here, I know it's dark. This one, he's got a big old belly. Yesterday I was like, oh shit, he's got bloat, but I don't think he does. He was farting a little bit, but he'll be all right. I might give him some bicarbonate just to, you know, you put bicarbonate in water, baking soda, and you know it creates the gas and it makes him fart better. So, if not, then you got to get like a stomach tube and then put the bicarbonate with the stomach tube. And I'm not set up for that, and I don't want to give him crazy medications because we try to run organic. So, but it's the life of the animal that's more important than a label. So, life, not a label. Yeah. Well, 26 hours in, that goat passed her other stillborn. Obviously stillborn, they're not alive, so at least they're out. Now she has to pass the afterbirth, and hopefully she'll be okay after that. So I'm gonna start her on some antibiotics in a little bit. I'm gonna let her rest for a bit and go from there. We're outside shoveling to get to the wood. Mr. John shows up. I say, hey, let's go check on the goats. She was by herself. She's going into contraction, so that's how it goes. 48 hours in. She passed 2 stillborns. We've been medicating her. I ended up getting the 2 stillborns out, and then right now I just injected her because she still has her afterbirth in, and she has to pass the afterbirth. So we're waiting for that. Once she passes that, we should be in a better situation. So not out of the clear yet, but we're better off where we were 2 days ago. So yep. And last night it started icing and raining real heavy. It's just been kind of a nightmare. So, and it got real cold again. It was in the 50s yesterday, and now it's back in the 20s, and even colder at night. So we're huddling in again. Good morning, everybody. Same video, probably longer. Come out this morning, and we got a leaker. Ew, so gross. Ew. Yeah, Pepe and Oakley's mom. Shh. What is going on outside? It's really windy, like really windy. Yeah, so been in and out of the barns so many times, but woke up, came outside, started feeding them, and you know, my morning checks, and then I saw Pepe and Oakley's mom. She was behind the stairs over there, kind of slow getting up. She's usually pretty fast, so I was like, oh, I wonder. So I looked down, and she's leaky. I don't know the technical term for it. But yeah, she's starting to pass, like, to get gross. This is a farm, so she passed her plug, and that's just the beginning stages of the birth. So the plug kind of stops all the amniotic stuff from being inside where the babies are, and that plug holds everything in. When they pass the plug, that means they're going into birth. Now, she's a very good mom. She had 2 successful wethers last year. Pepe and Oakley. Oakley recently passed. He was in the feeder and got his head stuck, and I think a cow stepped on him. So we have since changed the feeder around so the cows can't step on the goats. But unfortunately, he got his little horn stuck, and it was sad. He was a good goat. I really, really liked him. So with her advancing like she is, I'm gonna be out here most of the day. The temperature dropped. The other day it was 50. In the same video, we were splitting wood. It was like 50 degrees outside. We were in hoodies. Now it's 10 degrees again and windy. So, yeah. The other goat that's down there, she, I can't tell if she passed her placenta yet. We gave her more Pitocin injections, but she's also with her sister goat that's in there, who could have ate the placenta as well. So I didn't see any signs of it, but she's very with it. She doesn't have that stare. She's, interacting. She just doesn't have the use of her back legs yet. So we'll see what happens with that. She doesn't show signs of parasites. She doesn't show signs of anything. She's just an older goat, and her back legs aren't necessarily working right now. So I keep moving her. You don't want to keep a ruminant on one side because you got to keep them stomach juices flowing. So she is having normal feces, if not more, which is good. So that was she was probably a little constipated. Once she passed the kids, then the constipation left. So that's a good sign. But we're just keeping monitoring her, and she's on an antibiotic regimen right now. She'll be on antibiotics for 3 to 5 days. So yeah, yay. I'm excited to see what happens today. So we're like 4 days in with the goats, and I'm not gonna be done making this video until we have goat babies. It's annoying. Alright. Next day. Looking around for Joni. That's busted. Calling her and calling her and calling her. Couldn't hear her. Where's she at? Joni girl. That's busted. Believe that shit?
Not Sandy's babies, are you? You guys are so white. You're so white.
Daddy, what happened Sandy was a baby?
Here we go. There you go. Hey.
Miss Mom.
Hi. Do you want me to go over there and see if there's any more?
Yeah. All right. Well, we got home. We had to go drop our taxes off, and supposed to go pick up like a ton of lime from a friend today, and the delivery was late. So we dropped off the taxes, came back, and Melissa went to check the goats, and then there's the two little ones. Surprise, surprise. So now I gotta find a mom. And I'm gonna look to see if there's any more baby goats. Hold on, guys. Yeah, so she went out here to check, and then came in, and I hear meh. And I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah, so now there's two baby goats. So we were giving them colostrum and drying them off. So the mom wasn't by. I don't know if she knows to. Whose are they? I'm coming. Oh boy. I thought for sure it would have been this one. Come on, Pepe. Come on, Pepe. Come on, Pepe. Go on, dude. Oh. Yeah. She still got a little bit of time. So now, oh, it was the white one. It was the white one. That one right there. That's the mom. See? Okay. Oh. Yeah, okay, good. So now we have two babies inside. The mom, she was the white goat with spots, so now we know. Okay. Now we're gonna have two house goats for a while. Alright, cool. We'll come back out. Well, I gotta go hit that lime still. I got a ton of lime in 50-pound bags. 40 bags. Gotta go pick it up. Gotta give them water still. and then cut some more logs here to just split them for firewood. So today's gonna be a very busy day. Mr. John should be here in a little bit. Whoa, maybe he'll give me a hand loading a ton of lime. Then we gotta find a place to put the ton of lime. Yeah, I'm so prepared for everything.
Oh, he's getting exercise. I know his wig. I know his wig. I saved his wig. I know he's peeing.
He's peeing on the floor.
He's peeing.
It's alright.
Hey, Wally.
Hey. What? You already cleaning? Yeah. Oh. Had to get some teats. I mean, that's what it's called. Teats. And colostrum. So we have the two, they're on colostrum, and I had a few pouches of colostrum just in case. I'm glad we had it. But yeah, they really like to eat, so which is good. So I had to go up and get some more colostrum during rush hour. Those little teats, they fit on the end of the bottle. $9 for two. Ugh. Whatever. So hopefully when I get back, they're still good and they make it through the night and everything. But yeah, I think I have a lot on this video, so I'm going to sign off. And I know that I said I'm going to keep filming until we had kids, and we did. So I'm going to go back out to the barn later after we eat dinner and check. When Mr. John was leaving, he saw one of the goats look like she was getting ready. So we put her in a pen, and we'll go from there. So yeah, I'll go back out tonight and take a look and see what's going on. So, all right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goats. Yeah, you guys are making cute little noises. Hey. Can't feed them after midnight or get them wet.